We'd like to remind you that while Michael Jackson provided much of the footage you are seeing tonight, he has absolutely no editorial control over the content of this program. In the past hour, you've seen a British journalist ask some tough questions.
What hurts you most?
When they lie. The lies. They're complete lies.
And some tougher questions.
You had sex with Debbie.
Yes.
I know that's difficult for me to say because you're so embarrassed.
You're about to hear Michael Jackson's family rally around him, voicing their support.
They can go and talk to these children all they want. They're not going to find anything. What they need to do is leave him alone.
And voicing their disagreement.
I hear Michael saying that he's lonely, but back in those days, Michael had his brothers. He had all his brothers to play with.
You've seen Michael's ex-wife come forward for the first time with expressions of emotion.
I'd never seen that happen. And that's what made it wonderful for me.
And expressions of strength.
I cannot leave my children. My children are with their father, where they're supposed to be.
But most of all, you've seen Michael Jackson's own private cameras catch the good,
I think God outdid himself when he created children.
the bad,
If you dangle blanket over a balcony, you are going to be severely criticised.
the strange,
You let the chimps use your own bathroom.
Sure, yeah, of course. Bubbles would go himself.
and the strangely human.
I am Peter Pan.
Oh, you're not your Michael Jackson.
I'm Peter Pan by heart.
But what you've seen so far is only the beginning of the Michael Jackson interview, the footage you were never meant to see.
Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Sure you never know. Won't you please let me back in your heart?
In addition to revisiting the interviews with Michael Jackson that were contained in the ABC special, we've also asked members of the Jackson family to comment on the information that the special chose to include. While the Jacksons are a very supportive family, not all of what they have to say is in complete agreement with Michael. And many of the comments you'll hear have never been revealed publicly until now.
We tried to get above all of this, the way of being united together. We don't like what some of the things are being said out there, but when you're number one out there all over the world, you get those kind of pot shots at you at all times.
You've been so successful and you've amassed so much wealth. You never need to work again. And yet you don't seem to be able to enjoy it. It seems that you're restricted somehow.
I enjoy it through my children. I enjoy
But I'm
it.
talking about you. You just don't seem to enjoy it.
Enjoy what?
Enjoy your success, enjoy your wealth.
It's hard to, I can enjoy it behind my gates, but I can't go out and enjoy it because it becomes work all over again.
Working has been Michael's life from the time he was 5 years old.
Oh, darling, I was right to let you go.
And as we've already seen, missing out on his childhood continues to affect him to this very day.
You often seem very lonely. Is that true?
I used to be very lonely, painfully lonely. So, you have no idea. I used to walk the streets looking for people to talk to.
I hear Michael saying that he's lonely, but back in those days, Michael had his brothers. He had all his brothers to play with.
Yeah, all of us.
Oh, and so, you know, and the kids that he bought all the candy around, he buy so much candy, and kids would be in a circle, standing around in a circle, and they all be eating candy off the allowance I had given him. But one thing he enjoyed to see those kids eating that candy, he'd be laughing.
Weren't you surrounded by your family, by musicians, by people wanting to be your friend. You were an international superstar. How can you say you had no friends?
Because those people spoke to me on a language, on another level, that was musical, that was entertainment. But to get away from that, to separate oneself from that, and to try to discover the fun things about life.
When do you feel lonely?
When do I feel lonely? I mean, I can be, usually in hotels, when there's thousands of fans chanting, you're out in the street, they're using sleeping bags and they're chanting how much they love you and everything, and you can't get out, you feel trapped inside, and you just cry, you feel lonely, And there's all that love out there, but still you really do feel trapped and lonely, that you can't get out. And if you go to a bookstore, if you go out, if you go to a club, which I don't like clubs, every book you buy, they want to know, why are you buying this? Why is Michael Jackson buying this? Why is he reading this? Or you go to the club, as soon as you go in there, every song is my song, as if I want to hear my music. And everybody starts chanting for me to dance. So it becomes a show all over again. So you can't go anywhere. So wherever you go,
That's not much of a life, is it?
I know, it's difficult. And I don't want to complain like I'm complaining, because it comes with the territory, but I don't think people understand the other side that comes with it. So they're so quick to call you strange and weird, but it's almost as if you're forced to be different, because it's not normal life,
I can do the normal things, go to the store and buy a piece of bread, a piece of candy or something. He can't do that. So that would cause you to become a recluse or to sort of be withdrawn.
Do you not sometimes wish that you could go to the local store and
of course
buy yourself some food and come back, or go to a bar?
Of course, I want to go to the market, like one of those markets, and take one of those carts and throw some food in there and go down the aisle. I would love to do that.
Can you do that?
No, of course not. Of course not. I tried, and the whole place stops, and everybody's chanting and getting your autograph, and it's hard. It doesn't work. That's why I love putting on disguises.
One of the disguises Michael would wear in public was from his music video, Ghost. A makeup process that took several hours and would turn him into a completely unrecognizable and very large white man.